Beyond the bustling coast, beneath the canopy of pines, lies a wilderness. A land steeped in forgotten tales, and shadowed by secrets. They say ancient spirits linger here. Whispers on the wind, tales of a legend born of fire and fear, the Jersey Devil. But for some, these woods are not just history and myth. They are sanctuary, a place where the wild calls and the night holds its own captivating stories. The call of the pines, the promise of quiet solitude. That's what draws me to the Pinelands. My journey begins not with a direct path to the campsite, but with a necessary detour to the historic Batsto Village. First a camping permit, then an irresistible whisper from history. The sun was high, the air crisp in the low 70s. Perfect weather for a brief foray into the past. I set out on a short hike, a mere 15 minutes down a narrow dirt road, in search of a legend. The grave of Joseph Mulliner, the infamous Tory outlaw. The deeper I ventured, the quieter the woods became, a hushed anticipation building with every step.
Out here in the Pinelands, the idea of doing a camping video. Weather's been beautiful. Pretty much the whole month of August, but August is past, we're in September now. And that means school started back up, and the camping spaces that I was interested in are a lot more available now than they were few weeks ago. So I got a really good spot for tonight. And I had to stop over at Batsto Village to pick up the camping permit. And I figured, let me see what's in the area while I'm here. And just doing a little research, and I came across something that I came across on the Weird New Jersey website a few years ago. So right now we're looking for the grave of Joseph Mulliner. He was a raider back in the Revolutionary War times. It's not much known about him, but he did kind of terrorize the Pine Barrens back in the 1770s. They finally caught up on him in around 1781, and he was hanged. I don't know the exact date or whatever. So I was talking to the ladies in Batsto Village, and I was asking about the grave. They said there's a lot of controversy around it, whether or not his body is actually here. Nobody knows. Pretty much what I'm just looking for is the headstone. Now, I believe this is the third headstone for Joseph. I believe the first two were stolen, if I remember correctly from what I read. So there's supposed to be a stone one here. It's deep in the woods. It's not in a cemetery, so you got to hike into it. All right. According to the map, the GPS, it looks like we're pretty close here. So it's about a 15-minute hike in down this dirt road. There's no vehicle access, so you do have to walk. And according to the map, you got to cut over through the woods. So I figured we'll do a little side quest here before we get to the campsite and set up. So it's just something I've wanted to do. Man, it's probably been about 3 or 4 years since I first heard about this. So it's one of the, there's a few gangs that used to rove around the Pine Barrens during the Revolutionary War. There's the Fagin gang. There's John Bacon and his guys. That actually, there's a big battle over at, what was the name of the place? It was a tavern out in the outskirts of the Pines. It's a Cedarbrook Tavern, maybe? Been there. That place was pretty cool. It's a nice stop. Oh, actually, all right, looks like we're pretty close, so just might be a little cut off over here. I got to keep my eye on it. Look out for a trail. But, yeah, and then this guy, Mulliner, is known as the Robin Hood of the Pine Barrens. Yeah, it's pretty fascinating. So, all right, looks like we got a little bit of an opening over here. It might be something here. It looks like it lines up the GPS. So let's cut over here. Hopefully this isn't just some random pin that somebody dropped on the map, trying to send everybody on a wild goose chase. So actually it'd be kind of funny if it was. But all right, yeah, I think we're on the right path here. So I'm just gonna cut through here. Yep, looks right. Did spray with bug spray, and I am wearing long pants today, so that's cool. Let's see if there's like a game path or something to follow. There's no clear path here. A little bit of an opening. We're just following deer trails here. Kind of see where we're at. Yeah, it looks like we're just a straight shot. It's pretty cool. There's like a bunch of moss and stuff on the ground here. Yeah, pretty neat. Pretty cool ecosystem here. There you go, a bit of a clearing. So yeah, I did look this up. Somebody said there was something about private property, but I did look up the parcel and it did come back as public. So I'm not worried about trespassing. All right, we are close according to this. Let's just see if there's anything here. I am not seeing anything. We should be right up on it. Ah, this is kind of disappointing. I mean, this is an opening here, but I don't see a grave marker. And you know, if we're going to find a grave, there is a stone marker. I'll throw a picture up of it. You guys see what it looks like, but I'm not seeing that here, so I'm not exactly sure where that grave marker is. I mean, it's pretty clear here. It's kind of searching all around here. This might be one of those cases where you look for something and you don't see it and you're ready to leave, and then you turn around and it's like right there. It just kind of reveals itself. So I've had that happen a few times. Certain things. But yeah, I'm not seeing anything. That's just a game trail here. Let's check the map again. Yeah, according to the map, I'm like past it now. So let's head back over this direction. All right, let's head back over here and just kind of concentrate on this area. I mean, unless this is where the body's supposed to be and there's no marker. Don't know. I'm not seeing anything. All right, let's walk over to it again. Follow a little GPS. Let's give it a second to kind of lock in here. All right, still not. I don't know, is that where he's buried? Don't know. Kind of sucks. I wish there was some type of marker. It's actually what I was looking for, is the marker. I'll have to do a little more reading. Find out where that marker actually is. So, all right, let's hike back out of here.
Was this truly the spot? His body lost to time without a trace? Or was this another ghost of a prank, just like the outlaw himself? Disappointment mingled with intrigue as I trekked back to the waiting schoolie.
All right, well, we're back at the bus. I'm gonna head over to the campsite now. It's probably about a 20-minute drive. Yeah, and we'll go ahead and get camp set up and try to piece together this Joseph Mulliner story. If we can find out where the actual gravestone is, where the picture from Find a Grave is from. So, but let's get over there first.
From the echoes of history, I drove towards the present, to Bodine Field Campground. My sight awaited, nestled beside a small, steadily flowing river. The quiet here was profound, a gentle hush that promised escape. Setting up the skoolie was a practice dance. Window shade in, fans whirring, windows open to invite the cool air. Outside, the awning unfurled, providing a welcome extension of my living space. Chair, table, fire pit, Coleman stove, and firewood all found their places. Daylight was already retreating, so I got to work, splitting some wood and coaxing a small flame to life. The promise of dinner warming the air. As the sun dipped below the horizon, painting the sky in fiery hues, I embarked on a personal challenge: hot bacon dressing. A dressing my grandmother has made during the holidays as far back as I can remember. The Coleman stove offered precision, crucial for preventing burnt bacon and perfectly emulsifying the dressing. The aroma of sizzling bacon was incredible, but it ascended to another level when the cider vinegar and sugar hit the hot drippings. A symphony of sweet, savory, and tangy filled the air. Dressing perfected, it was time for the main event: pork schnitzel. A cast iron pan, glistening with peanut oil, found its place over the glowing coals. While the oil heated, I meticulously dredged each pork cutlet. Flour, beaten egg, then a generous coating of breadcrumbs, creating that perfect golden crust. One by one, the schnitzel hit the hot oil, each sizzle a testament to the meal to come. Golden brown on one side, then flipped, the transformation was mesmerizing and the smells intoxicating. Finally, 3 perfectly cooked schnitzels rested, ready for plating. Spring mix, schnitzel, and then that glorious hot bacon dressing. Paired with a frosty root beer, this feast, cooked by firelight, was a triumph. The challenge was absolutely worth the reward. Dinner done, I settled into the profound quietude. The full moon, a silent observer, began its slow ascent above the towering pines. It was eerily still. Even with other campers nearby, the sounds of human activity were almost non-existent. The campfire danced, its light reflecting off the surrounding trees, while the small river maintained its steady, soothing flow. As the night deepened, a prickle of unease, a subtle echo of the woods past, began to stir. These were the same forests once patrolled by raiders like Joe Mulliner. With that thought in mind, I began to pack away some camp items, a small gesture of preparedness, before retiring to the safety of the skoolie. But the night wasn't quite done with its mysteries. Inside the bus, something strange happened. My interior string lights, without a touch from me, shifted from a steady glow, brightening then dimming, as if by an unseen hand. I captured the moment on my phone, a peculiar testament to an inexplicable event, before resetting them. The odd occurrences continued. Just before bed, having turned off the string lights and switched on a small LED lantern for navigation, the lantern, sitting innocently on my storage cabinet, suddenly shifted into flame mode. This setting requires a deliberate turn of a dial I hadn't touched. Chilled, not just by the dropping temperature, I bundled into bed, opting for extra blankets rather than the diesel heater, the strange events lingering in the quiet darkness. I woke before sunrise, a new day beginning with the familiar ritual of coffee on the Coleman stove. The forest was waking too, a soft light revealing ribbons of fog rolling gently off the river. The moon, now a distant presence, still peeked through the trees at the opposite end of camp. While the coffee steeped in the French press, I turned my attention to breakfast. 4 pieces of sizzling bacon, their aroma mingling with the fresh coffee, and 3 scrambled eggs cooked in the delicious drippings. Coffee finished and the morning light fully embraced, it was time to pack up. Awning stowed, stove secured, campsite meticulously cleaned, leaving no trace.
And if that holds them back, that's a kind of...
The first cup of coffee was a warm companion to breakfast, savored as the sun began its ascent above the horizon. My second cup accompanied a slow stroll around camp. I watched as the morning sun kissed the treetops, dispelling the last vestiges of fog from the water. Mid-morning I departed, the chilly but delightful morning fading into the rearview mirror. Another adventure complete, another story etched into the soul of the Pinelands. Thanks so much for watching this video on the New Jersey Pine Barrens. If you enjoyed it and want to see more content like this, please hit that subscribe button and give us a like. You can also check out another one of our videos in our playlist. See you in the next one.